Do you say pants by the way or trousers? Because I'm used to saying trousers, because pants in English is like underwear, but then the American way is saying pants. So I guess it depends on where you, on where you live. Let me know if you say trousers or pants. I'm curious. You could say breeches as well, I guess. And in Dutch, anything that's on your leg is called a broek. You learned a new Dutch word. It's called broek. Nice, short and easy. Let's get started. Hi there, it's me, it's Signe from Signe Horses, and welcome back to another vlog on my channel. Don't you just hate it, I know I do, that we know so little of the Viking era, of the day-to-day life. I mean, today it's a bit of a rainy day outside, so I'm kind of inside thinking of stuff to do and doing chores, and this afternoon I'll be going to the horses, and I have the luxury of having an indoor arena, so I'll probably be inside and dry there as well. But in daily life, in Viking times, would they spend the day inside, maybe sitting by the fire? Or would they be out and have chores to do? I think it kind of depends on whether you're a farmer, or if there's a war going on, or if you're out raiding on your Viking ship. Thing is, we just don't know. We do not know what daily life was like in Viking times. And the things that we do know are like the tip of the iceberg. It's like this little nugget of archaeological finds that dictate the way that we look back to Viking age. And I say dictate because you all know what some Viking reenactors can be like, proclaiming that there is only one true thing about Viking age era things, which is just not the case. We just don't know a lot. And it's fine if you are a reenactor and you think, I want to do everything as archaeologically proper as I can, but then you're not, well, but then you're just reproducing what we find at gravesites. So you're like a walking dead person, Viking dead person. I'm more interested in living history, and for me that means taking my modern way approach of training horses and my modern look at horses, and combining that with my love for the Viking spirit, and for any history actually, because I also like medieval times, and I like anything early medieval, Celtic. I just like looking back. I just like looking back into history, to simpler times, I guess. But I also like modern ages, where we can talk to cameras and then do a little editing on the laptop and then send it out into the world through the magic of Wi-Fi, and it'll be in your living room, which is awesome. So I like to take the best of both worlds and combine them. That's why I'm making this vlog, because I'm looking for a pair of Viking-ish trousers. I've been wearing Rus Viking type of trousers, and honestly, when I do my horse shows, I'm not hysterically or archaeologically correct. I wear jeans because they're very comfortable and they're practical, for my car keys to go into and my little horse pellets to go into when I'm on BLIZZ. And nobody's actually noticed or said anything, because they're like, wow, look at her doing her Viking stuff. Look at her releasing her inner Viking all over the place. But now I think the time is nigh to experiment with Viking trousers and see how they work on horseback. That's what this vlog is about. DIY make them with me, find out if they work for you and what kind of fabrics we're going to use. I don't know either, it's going to be a long experiment. Just keep watching. They're based on the Thorsberg trousers, an actual archaeological find, and I'll insert a picture right now so you can see what they look like. I'm basing them off that pattern-ish. I'm making the pattern not by measuring out, because I have a female shape and I'm not shaped like the Vikings that they found in older days. So I'm using a modern way to make the pattern, and actually this is a trick that I think, or I'd like to think, that the Vikings used, is use an old piece of clothing to make the pattern for the new piece. If I would have lived in Viking times, this would be the way I would have done it. So I got myself my old pair of pajama pants with lovely unicorns on. And I think that this, because they're all stretched out, that this will make a good pattern. Will be a good starting point to make a pattern from. And then the material I'm going to use is this wool, and it's a piece of wool that I got from Anne the Archer on Instagram. I took it off her hands because she was planning either a dress or a tunic, I don't know, but she shrunk the wool. So yay for me, because it's pre-shrunk wool and it's not itchy at all. No, not itchy at all, so it'll do great for a pair of trousers. And it's really nice and tightly woven. And the colour, well, I'm going to wear green pants from now on. Simple as that. Let's get started. I had to get myself a cup of coffee before starting this this project. Here's the picture of what the pattern is going to look like. I'm going to keep that right beside me here so I can kind of map that out. And I think the main thing about doing this is not to be afraid to make mistakes. It is better done than perfect. Or at least you're in a Viking, you can always tweak things. So please, please, please don't let any thoughts of can I do this, will I fail, misguide you, and just go for it. That is what I'm doing. I'm expecting to fail, actually. So yeah, let's get some materials ready. I have a chalk pen which will help me mark out where I'm going to cut, and I've got a pair of fabric scissors. I'm going to start by cutting off the waistband. I'll cut off this bow because that looks just silly when you're trying to make Viking trousers and have a fancy bow on it, so off with the bow. That also means that we've got our first piece of our pattern done, and that is this waistband. And I'm now going to start on this front bit, the crotch, and see if I can cut that out. First, coffee. And actually I can tell where I need to cut if I try to lay a piece flat, and it won't go flat. See, this is where the wrinkles are, and that is where the pattern is going to stop, it's going to end, because that's where you need the give of the pattern, so to speak. If you can't lay it flat, and that is where it needs to go. Yeah. Crotch is going to be difficult to do. I can see a line going here from where I wore it, so I'm going to follow that one. Right in the fold that's here. The chalk line probably won't show up on camera very well, but I can see it, and that's the most important thing. And stretchy fabric is horrible to draw on, no matter what you use. this looks kind of good to me actually. Yeah. I think I might, yeah, I'm gonna cut with this line that I drew out, and then so I can duplicate it to the other side. And snippity snap. The shape that is now left here is not far from the shape that we saw on the pattern. And that kind of means that our second pattern piece is cut. As you can see, it won't lay flat, so I'm going to tweak this when I put it down on paper and make sure that I compensate for the stretch that this fabric has, and also compensate for the modernness of the pattern. You can see there's another seam here, or fold, as I've made this. When I want this straight, then the fold is going to be here, so when I want this straight, the fold is going to be there. And that means that there's something in the pattern that needs to change here. You can't lay it flat, and that is the place where you have to change it. Same here in the crotch piece. That won't lie flat either. So those are the places that you have to take the pattern from to shape something flat into something round, going around a human body, because human bodies aren't flat. This back piece kind of boggles me why they have a square on the bum. Maybe because they didn't want that seam running there, because it was uncomfortable sitting on a horse. I don't know. It's not even a pair of horse trousers, but I'm just trying to think of something. Or maybe because it just wore away a lot and they needed that to be more solid so it would last longer. Kind of sketching out where I want it to go. Also kind of figuring out where it's going to be on my body so I don't, it'll be comfortable. Trousers would be, yeah, just go for it. If this fails, I have another pant leg that I can use, so. Does that look straight to you? That looks straight to me. Woohoo! Done. And then go across here. Straight as we possibly can. That is done. This is the other leg, so I'm going to fold this double. We only need one of those. Fold this in half. Cut out this as well. There. So we won't be needing this unless everything fails. So we can get rid of that trouser leg for now. So I'm translating a modern pattern to a pattern of like 1500 years ago, 1800 years ago, a long time ago. Now this bit here, we took off this seam and we're going to flip over and add to this seam here, I suppose, in a way, like that. Probably something like that. Then you can see that it's pretty similar. We've got this bit which I'm going to fill in here, but this bit which I'm probably going to shape more triangular like that. We have this piece with that piece, add it to it, and if we put the pattern together, that is going to fold over right there is going to be the outside leg, which makes that the seam on the leg is going to be seamless. You have no inner leg seam, which would be brilliant for horse riding. And this is going to flip over and be the front. Yeah. I'm going to translate this to a piece of paper. So I transferred the cutout fabric, unicorn fabric pajama pants onto paper, just traced it onto the paper, then got my measuring tape out and made sure that all the ends meet up and the trousers have the right length. I also just decided to leave out the bum part, that's supposed to go here, and just make the trousers and then fit this part in later. So I could actually make it to measure. And from there it's pretty simple. You transfer the paper to the fabric and cut out and start sewing. So I finished my Thorsberg Viking trousers in a wool, and they are very comfortable, and you can really move in them as well. I think that's due to the model with the Y-shaped front and the kind of, I tend to call it a diaper bum because it kind of feels like you're wearing a diaper. It's very roomy and spacey, and I guess I could take it in a little here around my bum, but that is what gives you the mobility. So as for feeling badass and elegant, not so much. As in comfortable and warm, very much. I would definitely go hiking in this. I'm not sure I would do a photo shoot in this. That's kind of the difference. I modified some bits, as in the waistband. I made it really long, so I can really hoist it up there, put my card woven band around it, and then fold it back down. Or on really cold days, I just keep it up there and tie it up with some shoulder straps, and I'd have a nice warm back. So I hope you get up to making your own Thorsberg Viking pants, trousers, whatever you want to call them. Let me know if it works out for you, this pattern and this way of pattern making. And if you're on Instagram, show me your trousers by tagging Signe of Horses. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I hope it makes you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you already haven't. And I definitely hope it makes you really shine and fighting. And I will see you next time. Bye.